saw them running double smokes on Bind with both Omen and Brimstone, so that might be something that they might start facing in other maps as well. I have to kind of keep that in mind as we are going to go ahead and see this round lift off, and Gen.G wasting no time applying that pressure towards the A side. Icebox to me is kind of like a set piece simulator a lot of the time. There's not a whole lot of mid control going on. Some teams have experimented with the tube, but a lot of teams just kind of do these gathers, especially on pistols, and so no shocker here to see this commitment. We see Quinn was trying to put some pressure at tube, but he's been caught already.
And you don't get a whole lot out of that with the paranoia as well. That turret getting a handful of value, although the kills traded right back almost immediately. And now it's a 4v2. Gen.G looking to come out on top. Drone, the first to find a kill, now needs to find a couple of more, as he's still waiting on that Sova to creep on up. Low HP on one, if they could find that one up into Nash. He's able to find him from downtown, but now finds himself in a 1v3. And Wardell over towards Snowman with the sheriff in hand.
Yeah, we
now act as his pseudo operator.
Yeah, Gen.G put some initial pressure on A side, but now they've pretty much fully committed to long B control. And I have to say, TSM's made the proper rotations. They're getting a couple of picks, but Gen.G are trading it right back now. They had their Cypher lurking through tube. Drone is going to cut it off, though. And now it's going to put us into kind of murky waters, I would say. It's now a 2-on-2 site, not taking yet. Boombot detects a player.
Ooh, and damage to come through. Missed out on the Sova, but tagged the Omen in the back. So lower HP here for Gen.G as they look to get that spike down. Paint shells still available. They're going to go out over the top. Unfortunately, not going to find the kill now. Gen.G playing with that clock as the spike has been planted. TSM looking to turn it around and make me eat my words. Wardell, unfortunately, not finding an upgrade there. Is that recon dart? Not going to find too much. They know they're in the area. Now they look to peek. Nobody has faked the spike just yet. Wardell actually going to find the headshot onto McHale. Finds another onto Gimon and TSM.
It's kind of flexed your individual aim, and it worked out well for them. They tied it up early.
Yeah, and I guess the second round force only is bad if it goes poorly, as unfortunately for Hayes, things going poorly. Sean going to find that first kill to open things up. Wardell with the upgraded Bulldog that he picked up from that last round. Unfind rounds downrange. Unfortunately, not going to get too much from the box. And Kusta on the flank once more, able to pick up another kill. This time, not so foolish to just run in blind. He's just hanging out, and it's looking like a flawless response here from Gen.G.
Yeah, this was a really nice attack from Gen.G. They went for the under two push right off the rip. They caught kind of the first player off guard, and then Wardell, they were able to blindside him with a late lurk from Kusta up the tube itself as he was focused on a player on top site. So just a little bit of, misdirection and just kind of playing off of each other with contact, and Gen.G are able to bust that site wide open, only losing one player in the process. So the Force Wars will persist, it seems, right now, Tanner, as no team has really gotten comfortable footing economically yet in this game. And it,
I mean, not a whole lot from TSM back on the eco.
Yeah, they don't really have a whole lot to work with here. They tried to make a couple of plays through these smokes, but Gen.G has been disciplined and kept an eye on them and not really allowed a snake to sneak through the grass in those regards. As we do see Sean get picked up, he was on that middle lurk, so that does open up a couple of more routes for TSM to try to retake through, but the kills from Gen.G have responded in kind and left Drone all by his lonesome. He still has his full kit, but now the element of surprise is well and
on the board. This should be 4-1 unless TSM can pull out some crazy stuff with these sheriffs.
They were able to get the final orb on Wardell, and he's able to get his Blade Storm out. So they do have a little bit of something to work with in that regard. And again, some upgraded pistols, but we see this player absolutely trapped. As going to be Sean and company able to go ahead and pick up there on Drone. He was just pinched in the corner here. Hayes able to fight back a bit with the Sheriff. A couple of nice kills, but again, Gen.G are so quick to respond in these trading exchanges and make sure that they are never really a step behind, even when, they meet a bit of resistance. And so now it's all on Wardell with the blades to see if he can't pull off something miraculous.
This would be miraculous, the best way to describe it. As he spots one out back towards yellow. No, maybe one on the flank. He's able to pick that one up on the game on the right. Click goes wide, though, and Sean sits him down. Now Gen.G have a couple of good ultimates to work with this next one, Dust, and this is a dire round. That economy for TSM after buying up in this one, it's going to be a little shaky.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those, right back to saving if you're unable to get this one going, even with max loss bonus starting to be approached here. 2,900 coming in would kind of leave them, it's kind of scrambling to get full complete buys. It would be a little bit tough. You'd have to be picky and choosy on it. But as you said, there's going to be 3 alts in play for both teams now. 2 showstoppers included in that, as well as 2 Hunters Furious, and the lockdown for TSM for retakes. So a lot of different, tools in each player's garage here to try to figure something out as when wasting no time, working his way up too, but he's definitely got some support behind him. They are moving at a much faster pace than I'm used to.
Yeah, we're used to that slow and steady from Gen.G, playing that default styles. He gets information.
Oh, my.
Actually going to take the ultimate and find the kill, and everybody getting mowed down on the way to this B site through the kitchen. They will go, and Gen.G look to find themselves flawless here in this next one. Rifle round for TSM, but Cutler not going down without a fight. Now a 2v4. Possibly winnable here, especially with the rifles in the hands, and that spike's now creeping over towards this A site.
Yeah, I mean, they do have Hunters here to maybe slow down the plant as well if need be, though I would say the Silva's still out of position, and there's still a Cypher sitting in their spawn point. It's going to be tough to crack to actually even get some routes. And they do have their Omen flanking through A main, so he'll bypass Cypher holding that position, but Cutler may be in trouble here just trying to get into a retake position. Again, has to get past that Cypher in his spawn first, which he does seem aware that that's a possibility. He's trying to check all his corners here. But now we have Gimon trying to play a little bit of a bait and switch with his Cypher tucked in. It's going to be Kusta. And now you can see Silva's actually just kind of backing off. Cutler doesn't really want anything to do with this. Sub Rosa, nice little pick there on the Kusta and kind of spreading the map, you know, just slowly working map control, going for the mid to late round execute. But you're seeing them go play a bunch of different ways. But as we see here, Gen.G starting to make that gather up on the A side. All 5 players here now. Smoke's starting to go down. Boombot's starting to clear out that orb position. And they're starting to try to hammer their way in. There are 4 players in position, though, here for TSM.
Ooh, really nice recon pull. Got some information as they started to storm onto the site. First kill going to come through, but traded right back. Once more, it is pistols for TSM. Pistols and a Hunter's Fury as Cutler's actually able to grab one. Now we find ourselves in a 2v2 with the lockdown on the site and all the upgrades available. When so far off the site, the spike not even necessarily planted for him. This is going to be miracles coming out from Gwyn here. He's able to find the first, pops the knives to look to find the second. And in a 1v1, Gwyn taking on Clutchler here. Can he live up to the name? Gwyn going to go up top. The spray comes through. The right click going to miss. And Cutler finds playing around them more specifically to find these wins in the rounds. That lockdown being crucial. A neural theft in previous rounds that spotted out Drone in the 1v3 just to close out that round and make sure there was no chance they pick that up as they go right back to the 2 ways. But Wardell is there to sit it down. Now another close. And he's looking to re-peek. He's not going to find the angle. Sean sits him down once more. That is Sean's specialty. Killing players with the op. Having a Vandal in his hands. But TSM not done just yet. Neither is Sean. Neither is Mikhail. The kills go back and forth. But Cutler, unfortunately, finds himself again possibly saving here in this round.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that whole round really does come down to that tube exchange, right? I mean, you did see Gen.G definitely putting the emphasis on getting that long B control, but it was also about sending that Boombot through tube and round, and so now economic reset going to go against TSM. Gen.G building up a nice lead here on their attacking side.
Operator here, so you're not necessarily worried about too much when you're winning these gun battles, and you're as hot as Gen.G have been. Is now the utility going to come on through? Alarmbot goes down. Nanoswarm's going to be used and will stall momentarily, but Gwyn with the operator sits Cutler down, has the high ground as well, making sure nobody can rotate back on through. Sean now going to be in close quarters combat here. Vandal versus Spectre. He's not too privy of the information either. As the smokes goes out, he is locked down on this site.
This is one of those awkward moments for sure. It's just like that mystery Valentine situation where you're trying to figure out who's on the other side. And, well, Hayes eventually slides and he's able to find Sean, sure. And TSM's Wardell pitches in as well, but Gen.G are still holding on here, but only for just a moment as Wardell has now made things interesting. It's now a 2 versus 2. He pops the ult. The other 2 defenders having to play the spike from well behind. Hunter's free, though, from Mikhail. Could indeed be what the doctor ordered as Kusa's able to play off of it for another pick, and now it's all on Wardell. He's found one, but now he's been found out, and time has ticked too far. He will have to bow out, and he's not even able to escape with the Gen.G now doubling back over to B.
left.
Only Drone is really in position at this point on the other side of the double stack box here. Another player has just rotated under 2. Drone position still close right now, up close with the Frenzy. Paranoia is being exchanged. TSM is pouncing off the back of it as well with this lower firepower. Gamon, though, kind of ninjas up close to the smoke to try to reel it back in, but Drone and company will just not let this one go. They are absolutely crushing it now, and Gwyn will get
End of the round. I think it was on 13 seconds left as he picks up the spike, and Wardell actually picks up a couple, but Gwyn, he is back with a vengeance. He takes his operator back in hand, has the blades out.
Oh, no.
And unfortunately, will be sat down. So an operator down up in kitchen.
He's had a
one of
nightmare.
these teams rewards on the way out, and Kusta still on the flank, still able to find the kills. I thought Cutler knew he was there, but unfortunately he did not. The odds have been evened. Sabrosa teleports over towards B. Unfortunately, that spike headed over towards the safe site.
Yeah, indeed. He gets a little bit wrong with that ult. Can't blame him, though. He wanted to try to make sure he get in position to help in case it was. But Hayes, he doesn't need any help, does he, Tanner? He's able to pop off a couple of big Vandal headshots on his own. Kusta trying to sneak in behind, and he's been busted by the turret. No surprise now. He does win the heads-up duel, though, and he has a 1v2, but the spike is still not in his grasp, and Drone.
The Valorant feel where you get 6 or 7 solid rounds, but then it starts to fall apart. Now, Sean looking to open things up once more, try and reel it back in. That showstopper is not going to get a whole lot of anything. It does push him back momentarily, so kind of acting as a pseudo lockdown.
Yeah.
To allow Mikhail to get that spike on down. The shock darts go out, and he's actually able to escape from those too. So now we get ourselves a real lockdown, but more importantly, a 5v5 retake. And there isn't a whole lot to answer that one. Oh no, the paint shells actually downed the lockdown in Gen.G. Megamind brain here. Oh, nice kill from Drone, though, to open things up. Kimon trades it back, Stinger in hand, and you just got to nerf that weapon as Mikhail finds another with the Vandal. Now the rifle starting to come online for both teams. Wardell able to find it with the Operator, but now it's a 1v2. He doesn't have a whole lot of time. He tries to fake the defuse, but Huynh will sit. And, you know, only having 2 competitive games on file, we've seen how a lot of teams play this map if you're not comfortable. Unfortunately, the Ghost comes out on top here over the Sheriff for Wardell as he will fall down. Sean going to find another in the defense, looking to be locked down D. As the dart just getting so much value. Cutler's able to trade it back, but again, it just feels like it's starting to fall apart. As I say it, Hayes able to find himself on the board, but Huynh picks up 2, and it's the
team who can frag out. So, and at this point, you feel like they kind of need to start chipping away at this lead that Gen.G have been as soon as possible.
Ooh, Drone from downtown, able to find that kill onto Gimon, and that's what happens sometimes in this force round. Oh, Wardell with the Sheriff picks one up. Mikhail is able to trade it back, but TSM still on top only for a moment as Kusta comes through. Living in the kitchen is that Cypher, and that's where he's finding his kills. The spike has since been planted, though. Huynh gets a little aggressive, buys himself a Vandal in this round, and this would be a nice upgrade in the hands of TSM should they pick up this one.
Yeah, Joan at least ensures that everyone from TSM is playing post-plant from yellow or long B, so it limits some of the angles they have to worry about as they approach. But again, the clock is their worst enemy. They need to start moving in quickly, and it's not getting any easier. Wardell's putting shots like that.
No, but Kusta trading him right back to Stingers once more. Now Kusta's just got to hold the angle while his teammate just holds the spike instead. He will find the kill. He will whole lot done here early in this one. As Sabrosa trying to grab some tube control, taking a page out of the Gen.G book, but just not a whole lot to be had as that spike creeps up towards A. Trapwire should slow him down. Sabrosa gonna fall to the stinger of Kusta once more. And Gen.G try and find another round, but it doesn't seem to take a whole lot for them to do just that. They're trying to make it flawless, and Kusta is hungry for more kills, but so is Drone. Sean, spray through, make sure nobody's on the other side of the box, making sure nobody's playing that drone angle. Drone from downtown picks up 2, though. GMD and Kusta are gone. That is the top frag down. That is the smokes and the paranoia down. Oh, as Gen.G are down to their last member here. Drone going huge in this one off the back end of that pick from Hayes, and Huynh in a 1v5. He popped the knife. You might as well go for it. This is going to be a crazy effort if he gets this one done.
I'm not feeling it. I'm going to be real with you. That's a nice pick there onto Wardell, but now the jig should well and truly be out. They know exactly where he is. As long as they play it disciplined, they shouldn't have a problem. But Huynh, through the cloud, they're able to find Cutler. I think the problem is the clock. That's going to be his worst enemy here. He's able to find a couple of kills.
Pretty comfortable with TSM and their Guardians. I know that they are, they've been running them in scrims. Wardell going to have the knives in hand, so that's definitely something working in their favor. They have 4 ultimates available. But you do have to be wary. Sean has been locked down on the lockdown, as we do see that one come on through from Hayes. He's actually able to find the kill on the Operator. Wardell goes up top, close quarters with the knives, and picks one up on top of it all. Now down to the last 3 is Gen.G. The lockdown not going to find anybody as far as detainment goes, but with a showstopper available, we could see that retake. A whole lot of information from the dart as well for Gen.G. Swarm Grenade going to try and slow things down. GMD able to pick up a couple. Cutler trades it back, but things looking quite a bit more doable. Unfortunately, the spike not planted in the most advantageous position. There's the Hunter's Fury. Sabrosa to the ear of Mikhail and might actually force those two members from Gen.G.
This is interesting. Like, TSM did a great job there understanding the defense's setup by spotting those two players and allowing Sabrosa to safely ult in behind. The problem is Hwin is locking down this A site, and now they've darted another player.
Ooh, but Kusa not able to find too much on the back end, and Sabrosa actually able to find one with the position he put himself in. 2 kills come through, and TSM continue to battle back here. Now in a 4v2, that showstopper still available. The economy not in a bad spot here for Gen.G, and now things looking again a lot more doable as Sean finds that first kill here on the flank. Iman looking to go toe-to-toe here with the imposter. Sabrosa able to sit him down, finding 3, and we'll see if Sean decides to just send it for the lulz here in the 1v3 if he does hang on to that Vandal.
Yeah, he's trying to poke and prod. Maybe if he can find a kill, he can pop the showstopper and, you know, force some rebuying out of TSM at the very least. So I definitely can understand him wanting to get in here and see what he can do. Does find Hazed as well. Looking for another spot, some towards mid. Finds that also. Wardell, though, able to silence Sean, but he doesn't get away. A little bit of a comeback going. They've won 3 of the last 4 rounds, and while they haven't really threatened Gen.G just yet, you give them a couple of more, and all of a sudden Gen.G need to be a bit concerned.
Yeah, Hwin he's a bit done with giving up these rounds, though, as he goes aggressive with the knives. GMD gonna mow him down underneath tube. Now looking for another. The mid play makes everything fall apart here for TSM. Cutler trades it back, but it is an uphill battle with Gimond on the flank, looking to find some more. The op shot goes wide, and who better than GMD to close out map 1? Certainly doesn't have to do that just yet. He can stick to the Killjoy and the Cypher as the one-ways go through. The play towards A looks to kick off, and map 2 already starting hot here. The dash on the side through the Molly. Hayes gonna go down, but this A site is not free. Drone finds one through mid, and Sabrosa picks one up in tree. Now a couple of players here trying to stop this storm onto the site, and they're able to do it momentarily. Sabrosa finds another. Now Kusta, the man, the myth, the legend, the man of the hour that we were just talking about, does needs to go huge in a 1v3, and he's off to a great start.
Yeah, so far so good. Kusa trying to battle his way out of this, though. Puts the turret down to push a player back off catwalk, and he still has the option to kind of backstab through heaven. The problem is his spike is well out of his possession. He does have a little bit of time on his side, and he spotted another player over towards main, so at least he knows where both players are. But knowing is half the battle, especially whenever you're behind in man count.
He's taking an aggressive stance, though, trying to take the fight right to Drone, unfortunately.
Main early and get some quick information that, you know, there's no presence from Gen.G on that side of the map, as we can see Gen.G are really focused on trying to come up middle.
And force buying here in this one as they do stand their ground. Pick up the push through mid, a little bit of damage traded. Wardell actually able to find a kill onto Sean. A nice one to have here on one of the better fraggers on this team, especially on that Reyna. GMD, though, right onto the site. He's got Hwin right next to him, but the flashes might not be enough. It's just falling apart for TSM. The force buys are coming up huge here in this series.
Yeah, just Gen.G wasting no time. Again, playing at a much faster pace than traditional for this Gen.G lineup, just busting in through middle and B main, and now they have a 4-on-3 post plant here. They're trying to stall out the ramp with the jet smokes. Kusta trying to play a bit of a crossfire with his teammate from double stack, but Sabrosa and Wardell actually able to break through a little bit here. They're paving the way, and it's left Mikhail all alone here in the back of the site with the Stinger. He's able to slide out those spots of diffuser, able to get some damage in, not able to finish the job just yet, though. And now they're sticking it, but he's able to punch in there. Wardell trades back, and the spike, oh, it actually wasn't halfway, so I don't know that he'll get this. It's gonna be close. No. Meanwhile, Kusta looking to try to put some pressure over here towards B-Side, clearing out that corner, but a nice little flash push from Drone is going to put that to a halt.
Standing ahead.
And maybe finding some more. No, it's the Vandal in the hands of Hwin to find the first. He dashes away, which gives a bit of room for Cutler to sneak on away. But again, that arsenal favors Gen.G for this round, as it's just pistols. 1-to-1 across the board in kills. And a Blade Storm available for Hwin. He's also on low HP. And Sean going to cut down the numbers a bit more. Sabrosa trying to go back to his killing ways. Unfortunately, not able to do it in Gen.G. It's scrappy. It's not the cleanest. They are working to pick up this round. Yes.
It's all Sean.
It is working.
It's just Sean.
From this spot, obviously, you can't see anything, but 3 members stacked up. We could see there's the smoke. The turret goes down. Lear on top of it all, but it's not going to mean much. Hwin goes down early on the site, and Sabrosa picking up a couple of kills. If this guy is over towards A, it is just not free as Drone finds another. Now GMD on the back foot in a 1v4. He's a bit healthy, but man, scrappy game so far, Dust.
That's about the only box that's checked in his direction as having health. Everything else looking real poor. And yeah, they'll swing out together. I like how Sub Rosa pushed back to site early. Like, they didn't commit to A lobby. They're able to get back into the site as Gen.G were trying to abuse a gap that could have been there at Catwalk, but you see TSM were able to make sure it was covered up. Sean, though, a great dismiss, able to find Sub Rosa underneath Heaven, and now he is isolated from any type of support. They'll swing on him with all three players. They're not letting him get anything. Drone with the run it back, trying to be the hero here. He's usually effective with these. He's trying, but he's been caught.
Yeah, and a pseudo 3v3, now a 2v3, lower HP on the Phoenix, especially with that run it back being sent on back. Loses all of his armor, now on 62 health as that recon bolt might spot him out. It does just that, the spray through the wall. Cutler stays alive for now. Not in a great spot. He finally huge here. Had kind of a quiet game on Icebox, but this time around, able to get it done. Now, the recon bolt not going to spot him there. Neither is Twin as he pushes on up, but he will get his grape popped. Gen.G down to their last three. They have that lockdown. Make it the last two as the flash comes through. Make it the last one. Now, Mikhail in a 1v5. It's going to be a tall order. He's able to find two, though. He's able to open up the B site. Has the spike in hand, but only 30 HP. TSM on the fast track here to tie things up again.
Yeah, I mean, him coming away with the victory here is pretty much impossible. He does get the spike plant for a bit of economy. He's trying to isolate a 1v1 by attacking through stairs, but
feeling too comfortable pushing through B main, and then it's even developed into using some of that utility just to make sure nobody does do that when you don't have the Odin. But Gen.G, they have the recipe here. It's played through mid, and unfortunately, that orbital strike not going to get a whole lot. The Hunter's Fury on the back end as well. Kusta picks up another kill. TSM now whittled down to only 3 members left, and Cutler through the smoke will be sat down as well. Play through mid, Gen.G. It's working.
Dude, Gen.G are just hitting the... A composition like this can be deadly when you're playing confidently, and that's what you're really seeing from speaking. No matter how much of a Gen.G fan you might be, TSM usually have their number. But Gen.G, they've been impressive here, but they line up for Hayes. He only is good for one, but he slows him down and sets up Sub Rosa, who's now going to stall them even more with the flashes.
And Sub Rosa, again, on ascent here. With that Sky, you can just count on this guy. GMD going to trade it back. GMD good for 3, but Wardell with the knives. We saw him popped earlier in the round, and they come up huge. Now Kusta, once more, just like we saw earlier in this game, finds himself in a clutch situation. Vandal versus Stinger. Jet's going to swing wide, find the kill, and the defuse. Actually an aggressive posture from Hayes. Once more, not giving up that orb and finding the kill. Onto Win to kick things off. Now the Paranoia traded out, but the near vision for Drone is just enough for him to find a kill. Cutler able to trade one back, and Mikhail gets on the board. Now Wardell is down, but the spike's in the hands of Sean. This is a member that you want to have dead here on the side of Gen.G, or I guess on the side of TSM. He's just got that clutch gene, especially in the 1v4. Finds one, able to heal up here on the Reyna, trying to take another 1v1 fight. Not able to find it. It's Cutler.
A big heads-up kill from Drone as well. That basically was the final nail in the coffin in that round. So we're going to see a big Paranoia push attempt here from Gen.G. Win leading the charge with the daggers, and he's found the entry.
Picks up one, tries to spray him down, finds the upgrade, but Hayes is good to trade it back. GMD, though, going to back up his teammate. Now opening up the A side is TSM. Once more, whittled down to 3, but Wardell going to even the odds. He dashes away, and unfortunately, that run it back does not get a whole lot. Maybe bought some space for the op shot as that spike looks to get planted here. Another one through the wall. Wardell picks it up, and Drone goes good for another. Now Mikhail in a 1v3. They all drop down, and this looks very similar, but it's TSM on the...
A couple of rounds left to go in the half, and it feels like finally they've started to assert themselves. As money is starting to run low on Gen.G. They're going to try to Paranoia push yet again through B lobby this time.
It's Win to kick things off once more. There's the 2-for-1. This time, Sean not going to find an upgrade. Opts to keep in that Stinger. But TSM, again, find themselves with only 3 remaining. As Sean looks to go aggressive, the spike has since been planted. Gen.G look to battle back here. Now in that post plant, the Seekers go through, the flashes go out, and there's just a whole lot you have to worry about. The Hunter's Fury being one of these tools for Gen.G. have in their toolbox. The Lear goes through, the spray comes down, and TSM, they're going to have to pull the trigger here soon.
Yeah, I mean, I like how they used the Hunter Street to basically shut down TSM trying to play off the back of those Seekers to start the retake. But Hayes creeping in from B lobby is going to open up an additional route that Gen.G have to worry about here. Sean tucks himself into market, but his teammates are falling apart now. It's all on him in the 1 versus 3. He has found Hayes, but they're defusing the spike as he's having to fend off against Sabrosa. He's not probably going to get here in time, or does he? He indeed takes out Drone. What a play from Sean! So strong. He's really showing you why he was such a big candidate for this Gen.G team, and they've made a good decision bringing him on board.
Ooh, nice orbital strike. Should find some damage. No, gonna find the kill because of the rifle damage, but aggressive in response is Swin. Unfortunately, gonna pay for it as Sabrosa picks up another. Hayes goes good for 2. Sean to pick up a couple for himself. Now in a 3v2, he's got the Empress available. No, he does not. Wardell will dethrone the Empress before it can be popped, and Mikhail finds himself this time not a 1v3 underneath heaven, a 1v2, looking to take down the op. Also has to retrieve the spike. He pushes on in. The knives come out. Wardell looking to take the fight.
Oh no!
But it's Mikhail coming out. No, it's Wardell. The frenzy. And the flashes go out, not going to spot anything immediately. Stinger for Kus, able to find one, but Sabrosa trades it right back. Now the fight in mid goes the way of Sean and Gen.G. Up in numbers, only for a moment as it was 1 HP on GMD and he had no way out. In the 3v3, Sean with his trusty Stinger could turn this around, but Sabrosa might find himself, no, not an ace, as they all get mowed down. Now Cutler corralled here on the side. He does get spotted out and taken down, and name a better duo, Sean and the Stinger.
Map or not?
Win with the judge here. I think one of the first that we've seen in the series. Can just hold it down. The bird finds nothing, but Quinn only finds 1. So TSM looking to trade it back 2 for 2. These teams will go, and the spike creeps over towards the A site. It is a free site, but that is unbeknownst to TSM. As those smokes go down, they should feel a bit more comfortable. But a 3v3 retake, the economy is pretty even across the board. It could go either way.
It really could. I think Gen.G, though, are banking on that judge getting a multi-frag inside that position as they had a little bit of a bait and switch set up at tree. So it didn't go the way that they planned. And so that means that TSM, with their efficient trading, like you said, have a favorable 3v3 post plan here at a site. So we are trying to see if Gen.G want to commit here. They still are kind of just waiting for that smoke to fade out at the doorway. And that will prompt them to go ahead and start keying in on this push.
Smokes to delay. One gets spotted up towards heaven. Kusa with the Bulldog takes a bite out of Wardell. Almost takes a bite out of Color, but it's Sean to trade it back. And Sean goes good for 2. The Arsenal advantage was in favor of TSM, but Gen.G closed the gap.
Yeah, again, they just kind of waited out, right? Because that means the defense is going to be the one that's going to be spread a little bit thin. As Cutler's going to try to lead the way with the Sheriff here. Mikhail trades 1 for 1 there with Drone. So 3-on-3 post plant now.
Recalling my bot.
Kusta recalling his devices to try to position himself over, but Sabrosa is waiting for this rotation, and that could be what TSM required.
Oh, the spike actually doesn't even get planted. TSM, we're up 1 player. Now they're down a player. As the Seeker goes through, it's going to get the information, but you know they're on the site. Sabrosa, with that upgraded Spectre from the Sheriff, is going to opt into using the pistol instead. Looks for the shot, but there's just...
Someone's hitting 10 rounds here very soon.
Very soon, and it's looking to be Gen.G, but we can't count our chickens dust. We know how these rounds go. One team gets ahead, and then somehow something miraculous happens for the other as that Lear goes through and Sabrosa is able to sneak away. This is what you were talking about. The space opened. There's 4 players over towards B, Dust.
Yeah, I mean, Sabrosa creating so much presence, and somehow he's still alive. He's still getting away. Sean finally silences him, and that does set them up nicely for the retake. Yeah, sure, they gave up a site, but it's calculated because now they have big numbers.
Lockdown to worry about here for TSM as that run it back goes through. That might actually put Drone in a pretty bad spot since he's not really able to get away. And yeah, that is him corralled underneath heaven, but Wardell still fragging out here through the smoke. He will go. Sean just going to push him. The Empress on for Wardell, sits him down. Now a 1v3. He upgrades to the rifle, but the spike not planted for him. The easy stick from Gen.G. 4 members die. Make it back and forth. The slow pace, quick pace Gen.G. It looks so good here.
And again, Gen.G has never beaten TSM in a best of 3. In fact, most of the series they've lost 0-2. So this could be huge for them as another opening pick goes quickly Huen's way. He's been all over the place, and I love that about him, to be that dynamic operator, to be taking his different starting locations all the while and having impact. As he gets a third and gets away from the orbital strike on top of it, pulls out the daggers. He doesn't find that one, but he's still done more than enough.
Still done more than enough, puts his team so far ahead. Now one player ahead here in this round. Gen.G, if you lose this one, I think Huen is going to have something to say to the rest of the squad. As you said, dodges out from the orbital strike. Wardell able to take down the turret, dodge away from the nano swarm, and he gets sprayed down. He peeks into two, and Hayes with the operator in hand, he's going to fall as well. Gen.G, it's all coming together, and it's the most important time for it to happen, Dust.
Yeah, again, like Huen is doing a really...
In Valorant, when your shots are just on, Sean not afraid of anything as he's assumed a position as a defender in tiles, and he's going to find that first kill onto Sabrosa, cutting the numbers down once more.
But I like how it's like calculated aggression. They're not overextending with it. They're taking favorable angles, and then they just sit and wait, and they force TSM to play a hand, and they're prepared for it. And they've done it yet again. Drone does get the one entry, sure, and Sean does get caught by Wardell. All of a sudden, this has kind of opened a little bit of a crack in the doorway for TSM. When they pick up on Sean, that opens up middle as an option for them, and now they have even numbers. But look at Huen, fearless, but he gets caught by Hayes, and that could be that final thing that TSM needed. But Mikhail, does he go unchecked?
I think historically this corner is checked, but not this time around. He's going to spray down two, and it's a 1v1. Wardell on 5 HP.
30 seconds left.
As Guimon looks to find his kill, Wardell creeps. Oh, he finds the flick, he finds the kill, and TSM back in the win column.
Rather than have it busted, they decide just to back out of it, which is a good decision here as Guimon still trying to play the tree position. He's been caught, though. Hunter's Fury going to come into play. He's trying to dodge it with the Shrouded Step, but in the midst, TSM are finding entries all across the map. Huen is able to respond with one of his own against Hayes, but TSM are still a step ahead. Sean catches Subros out in the middle, though. That evens the numbers up, and Huen is still kind of stalling them out at this A site, not really letting them in and to plant comfortably until just now.
He sneaks away for a second, but it doesn't matter. He's still able to finish what he started on Drone. And TSM on the back foot again. It's going to take a heroic effort from Wardell once more. He's got the knives available. He dashes away underneath. He's got two duelists to worry about, and Sean is looking to stick it. The right click come through. The blades still available. Now the op in hand. The op academy. Sean defusing. Stops halfway. The shot comes through, and Wardell again goes clutch.
Not where people thought they were destined to be as being one of those top teams in the region. So a lot of pressure on them, but they're responding. Great kill on the Kusta, and great onto Guimon as well.
Those Seekers, absolutely huge, and probably one of the few times I've actually seen them go off and get value. And if you blink, you missed it. Sure, the start of the round was slow, but it's all down to Mikhail here as TSM try and grab themselves their first lead in quite some time. Mikhail finds one, neutralizes Sabrosa, going to stop that streak. And I think Sabrosa had a 3K in this round. You talked about the economy, though, Dust, and for Gen.G, it's not looking great. I think we see a save.
Certainly.
It's so bad everywhere. 400 credits on Wardell, 500 on Hayes.
I mean, that is just a testament to how this game has been playing. Yeah, and that's great because they know that Sabrosa is usually that B player on default. So when you see Sabrosa putting that pressure on A lobby, it really makes you think TSM are about to run it down your throat on this side of the map. But the reality is they're just having Hayes kind of lurk this position. He's able to actually pick up on Huen. That's going to further sell that this is an A play. But as I say that, Gen.G are not budging off this B defense. They still have their Killjoy, Omen, and Flicks.
They do, and the turret gonna get that value. The nano swarm gets so much as well, and Sean with the rifle in hand is able to pick one up on the back end of two from GMD and TSM.
Wow.
They try to hit him with the old bait and switch. They try to hit him with the look over here while we head over here, and it just did not work. Gen.G, it just holds stout, and a near flawless round here. Cutler has to find 4 kills should he wants to pick up this round, or Gen.G tie it up at 11. It's all down to the wire, Dust.
Yeah, it must have been so hard to read that because Hayes is going to get that kill. And yeah, I know Hayes can sometimes be that lurker with the brims.
More on the back end. Also spots one towards tree, so a bit of information. And this time the spike is also here, so this is not a fake.
Yeah, they're able to get up middle as well, and they're going to start putting that pressure on tree very soon. There has been no real mid presence, as the Seekers will lead the charge here. Mikhail trying to put a dart through it all, but he's going to get pushed back more and more. It allows him to commit to the site, and they're going to be able to split Sean and turn him into Swiss cheese. That's going to be a 5-on-4 now for TSM with still plenty of time left. They don't have to commit the plant just yet. They can kind of just keep taking fights, and Gen.G are giving it to them, and now they can put it down with a 5-on-3.
There is the lockdown. Hunter Shuri going to be used zone. Quinn going to go up top, not going to find too much. Hayes goes good for 2 on the round. Make it 3, and Wardell the cherry on top. It's Sean. It's a stinger, and it's a very close angle here. Drone looking to peek this one. Now with that information, is actually going to find the kill onto Sean. I thought maybe since he heard the stinger, he would swing.
And Drone can get away and heal.
It does. He makes it out. The shock dart gonna miss. Information given, but you already know they're there. And TSM, the very short tactical pause that they took, it pays off in a beautiful kill to start off this round.
My goodness, that was so close to the shock dart finishing off Drone and making it an even trade, but Drone able to get away and heal himself, and that's going to give TSM a comfortable 5-on-4. Mikhail trying to drone out A main to see how many players are still left on this side. He only spots the one. So Gen.G don't quite know how they should be rotating just yet, and they're kind of having to roll the dice a little bit now because of that, as they are just going to be playing. They will ult over to A main, but again, they only spot Drone, who normally defaults that position anyway, so it's not really much information gained. And so they're still kind of caught between two minds of where they need to be right now, and Mikhail's all alone, and he's done for.
Ooh, and he had his knife out. Yeah, he fails that recon bolt over towards A main, then headed back towards tree, and he's caught with his pants down. Sabrosa going to find that kill. Run it back used. Not going to find too much, but as a free A take right here. Now a 3v5 for Gen.G. Where else we're headed to map 3. Win going to find the first. Gen.G looking to take us here into overtime. Now a 3v4 feels a bit more doable. The shots come down. Wardell through the wall is able to find it. Kusta trades it back underneath Heaven. It's safe for Wardell thus far, and TSM close it out. Map 3 on the horizon.
Out through the portal if they feel it's necessary.
And Kusa, unfortunately, not going to find that kill. And as they push up towards A, they start to get mowed down. But through the teleporter they go, and Hayes is still hanging out. I don't know if that was an expected play. The dash from Wardell, he's able to stay alive with 4 HP. Quinn drops the ball. Gen.G dropped the spike, and TSM in the midst of all the chaos. Yeah.
Well, either way, TSM, of course, now have the SMGs after securing what was a really odd pistol round. Gen.G trying to strike back with a force buy of their own, and so far we're at even footing.
It's a force from Gen.G, and Sean, again, I don't want to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's the stinger, it's 10 HP. He's able to pick it up, and it's another teleport play. Gen.G, they play slow until they don't, and then they just look to get funky with it.
Indeed, they do. They're already on B site with the spike, but they are not able to plant. Hayes and company already in the back call. Sabrosa flanks behind and catches him on outside of hookah. And so, no.
That's with that that force round after losing the pistol. So another Molotov slows things down, smokes to slow it down again, but it's back towards B they go. And Sean from downtown with the frenzy. I think some players have some problems with this gun too, on top of the stinger.
So actually, before someone corrects me, there was a 2-0 in the second half of Icebox from Gen.G when they won that match. So that was the only other time in the series. So we are going to see Gen.G trying to pry open this B site, and so far so good. They have a 4-on-2 post plant here. Sabrosa trying to play through the smoke, but he's been found out before he can really even step through it. But he still finds the kill anyhow, but unfortunately for him, that's all he'll find. Leaving Wardell in what would normally be an impossible 1v3, but with one player low on health and it being Wardell, maybe, just maybe.
Full HP on the Jet, but post plant all over the place here. One towards elbow, one towards Hugo, one close right. Wardell gonna clear that out, take the kill as well, and now needs to try and find 2 more. Running out of time, so he's just gonna have to send it as the shots come through the tube. The smoke goes down. He's able to fake that. Peek on back towards the back side. And, I mean, Gen.G just playing the clock so perfectly. We've seen this multiple times in this series. Now Wardell just has 0 time, and Gen.G get on the board.
Yeah, I mean,
credits on the Jet. So if you miss the knives, kind of in a bad spot. We'll see how that plays out, as he should go toe-to-toe right here with the imposter, who's going to come out on top. It's a right click for 2. The spike goes down, and 23 HP is more than enough to pick that one up. Mikhail will trade it back. Sabrosa through the smoke. He finds another, and Sean tries to battle back.
Low economy for Gen.G. As TSM starting to maybe put a different flavor to the series by starting off a map with a dominant lead. We haven't really seen a whole lot of that. It's been really back and forth through most of these maps.
When trying to create some space, but Cutler just mows him down. Now Sean with the stinger in hand also has the show stomper available. And Mikhail picked one up with the Hunter's Fury. So the B side opened up, but a early rotation from TSM means they're here and are ready towards the back of the site. Wardell's able to dash away, but takes so much damage. 1 HP on the Jet. A Dream as well, and TSM mows him down.
The defense a little bit better with a little bit more information. Subrosa, oh no, might get caught with his pants down here. Oh no, he what? I thought, come on, look there. Oh no, I thought he looked. It looked like he did.
He had even seen the smoke come from that direction. Again, another flounder for Gen.G, and it might mean another round lost here, as that from the shadow is going to be used to try and back up on this B site. Subrosa has since taken his position over towards Elbow. Now a couple members inside the teleporter will find Sean and win the last hit.
I think that's a combo of let's end that, yeah.
Yeah, so now and Subrosa off the back end, able to use that rifle. No utility needed to find those kills. 37 HP. Got to back away. The shrouded step might come in a bad spot, and a bad spot indeed as Guimond sprays him down through the smoke. This has been quite some time since we've seen Gen.G get the plant, and as I say that, I eat my words because they are delayed a moment longer.
Yeah, Hunter's Fury did its job there to buy time for this rotation to set in before the spike could get planned. Gets him a little bit more time to work out the retake. Orbital Strike is going to come onto U-Haul. And Gen.G, though, finding all the kills until Cutler finally responds with the Phantom.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and it's low HP on just about everybody. Cutler closes it out with...
Try to get aggressive here at long B this time, and they get a forward angle with the operator here over towards short A.
Ooh, yeah, picked up an early kill. Huynh gonna fall. Mikhail picks up 2, though, and Wardell missed that shot on Kusta, so you still have to be wary of the lurk here. That Cam gonna get some information up towards short A, and like the bros are trying to get aggressive. He's gonna get tagged out, and GMD with the crossfire sits him down. The tactical pause seems to be all they needed. Get back towards their winning ways, but you still got Clutchler alive. You still got Wardell.
It kind of just played into their hands. I mean, I feel like TSM put themselves on this chain reaction where they tried to go for one play, it didn't work, and it forced them to keep going for plays, and they all got caught by Gen.G. But Wardell, again, he's still alive on the turn with an operator, so you always have to be concerned that he can maybe pull something off, but this time he is silenced pretty quickly, and Gen.G will collect.
Gen.G were doing just that. Now Showers control. Kusta and Subrosa right next to each other once more, and the smokes have not paid off too well here for TSM, and it happens again. Now the Neural Theft will get the info that it's aggressive up towards B, which means the spike heads on over towards A.
Yeah, Gen.G, great pick there. Oh, by Wardell, right between the eyes. Never had a chance to get anything going in that one, and this is Gen.G starting to come alive here, and just everything TSM seemed to try to throw at Gen.G is a lost cause in these last couple of rounds, as they will have to just fall back and save these 2 weapons on the B side. Subrosa just trying to make a play at Showers, gets caught. Neural
hard to catch up to him here, and they've got the angles covered. And what I love seeing,
putting any pressure there. Now we'll just gather up at short. Wardell has the ult pop up close though, so that could be huge. It's been found out by the drone.
Getting a paranoia just a second late. Now the Hunter's Fury comes through. It finds a tag onto 2, maybe a kill. Nope, not going to be that just yet. As Wardell finds a kill with the knives onto Kusta. Mikhail trades back, but Wardell finds another here. Again, A site not safe on Ascent, not safe on Bind as long as Wardell is still alive. He's going to toss out the Molotov to try and delay the plan for now. And the spike creeping on through Hookah. We're in a 3v3. Ultimates are available for both teams. Knives available.
I like
for
this
both
from Gen.G though. They're not messing with Wardell. They're just moving around him. They're bypassing him as much as they can. And now they get the shock dart to land on him as he was pinned in the site. Gimalt catches drone and U-Haul.
Gen.G just playing with the amount of space they have. We've seen it in a handful.
As well as they're gathering here on short with both of their duelists. So they're looking to pounce.
Paranoia traded out, though, to try and buy some space. There's the Hunter's Fury now coming out from Cutler. Or Subrosa, excuse me. Spotted out. And Wardell gets spotted into the smoke. He goes, but they still spray him down. It's a scrappy one towards this A side, but it's TSM staying on top. Now Quinn trying to turn it around, but 30 seconds left on the clock. It's a close angle. It's a spike fake. Now Mikhail looking to get that one planted. Both members are coming from this defender area, and Drone has to run it back. This, for me, has been a bit underwhelming, and we'll see what he can get done with it. Unfortunately, nothing. They get the info, but the round could still go either way. TSM looking to have the better half of the first half, and Gen.G looking to make things even. A Twin with the knives, he just...
That out. It's playing in that corner. He's got kind of a bait and switch play. With some Rosa behind him. He's going to go ahead and go forward. Excuse me, that wasn't Lucky. That was the Guardian, as you noted. He's able to get the one tap on the win. Sean able to trade it back, though. So that's one thing that's kind of gone their way here on the Gen.G side. They're going to drone clear Pocket and U-Haul as well. So that's going to give them a way to start getting in. Gamal will use that drone to actually ult inside of U-Haul. And now Sean can close this with the showstopper and ensure that side is fully under their control.
30 seconds left.
Yep, and just like we noted in the first one, right? Not finding too much, but getting space on that site. That mini lockdown in that showstopper. Sure, you could throw out the memes as Hayes throws out the damage with the Bulldog. Mikhail's able to trade it back. Sean goes good for another. And now it's down in a 1v1. Again, TSM fighting for a 7-5 half. Gen.G looking to tie things up off their tactical pause. And Sabrosa's working against the clock. Recon Bolt is available, but the dark cover should be able to stop that one. The shots are going to go wide. Game 3 low. Identical as far as score lines go, and the back and forth that has ensued. Here, they will try to spray him down. No, Drone will find the kill, and Hayes to pick another. Able to stop being momentarily. One kill for himself, but a player down as the smokes go out, and that spike looking to rotate. Kusta's still in the area towards A and has a trap wire that he can look to play with. Made their way through the showers and should be able to play here.
Oh, that's big. That's going to free up Gamon to make a rotation here, as we're seeing. All right, we are going to go ahead and see Gen.G trying to see if they can retake with their final player, Gamond here. 1v2. Oh, gets the dink there onto Wardell, but the dash allows him to escape. Gamond puts a smoke on the spike to try to draw attention as he slips in from behind. He's wheeling and dealing himself into a potential victory here, but TSM still had the edge with the spike planted and the numbers on their side. They play inside the smoke. You know he's claiming credit. Sliggy's a big fan of shotguns and hookah as the coach of Team Liquid. A couple of teams in NA have picked it up lately. But they're kind of being bypassed right now. Coming in through Octagon is going to be Sub Rosa leading the way, but Sean finds a way to get in behind with the classic for yet another kill. Somehow Gen.G are a man up, but the diversion is going to be rewarded as TSM are going to find an empty A site to plant this spike, and now Gen.G must try to go for the retake. Now they're going to have a little bit of firepower they collect to make it work, but they still are low on health on a couple of players, and again, most of them are still working with pistols.
I think they were only able to pick up one after finding that kill in mid, as you can see that X there. I don't know if they were able to push up and grab that. So one weapon to the good. Shorties, friendies, the spray comes through. Wardell's able to get one, but Kusta trades it back. Gen.G still ahead here. This is a tall order, though. Staring down the barrel of the Vandal as Drone finds one. Sean, one of the members to pick up the weapon. Now it's low HP. Recon Bolt goes out. Cutler has 2 shock darts to work with. And unfortunately, Kusta doesn't have a whole lot of time.
A potential Mat 3 victory early. We're going to see the orb being collected, but the paranoia push from Huin will connect, and he's not done. He's going to find another on top of that, and that is a huge slap in the face of TSM.
How many times have we seen Huin just say F it and go for it? Through the mollies, through the nanoswarms, through the orbital strikes, it doesn't matter. When he wants to go, he just goes, and TSM not expecting it at all, and they just get whittled down.
Push through, so he may have spotted it. I know he definitely wrapped through showers, and now they will apply pressure. The thing is, the rotation's kind of far off here for Gen.G. Both players are still over towards showers, and Hayes could cut them off at the portal. So they're going to have to rely a lot on these 3 players who are basically playing for retake in the back halls. they're not really challenging this. But again, if Hayes cuts off this rotation, it could be a problem. But they are going through spawn. They're not even going to give Hayes the chance. They're basically taking him off the board.
He's going to have to look to link up as he heads back towards mid. Everybody rotating on over, and how interesting. After we've seen an explosive game here on Bind, we now find ourselves in a 5v5 retake where TSM on the back foot as far as the arsenal goes. Sabrosa trying to spray through. Wardell finds the first, going to go wide on the next with the right click, but TSM goes good for 3. Gen.G trying to battle it back, but they're a man down as they fake the defuse. Hayes playing up inside. Wardell actually on the flank here, and they're
smokes at A, keep them guessing that maybe it's going to be an A split. You can also cut off portal rotations, but Win is going to spot Sabrosa there outside hookah, able to get the pick and maintain hookah control. Doesn't even have to back off with that. Feels comfortable staying in place, which means TSM's going to work a lot harder for map control.
30 seconds left.
And Gen.G sniffing this one out, forced a teleport from the entire team. It was just Wardell at first. Now the rest of the team and Kusta playing the off angles will find the lurker for TSM. The Hunter Fury coming on through this one from Gen.G. Now with the spike on the ground, Gen.G tried to inch back
10 seconds
into
left.
tying things up here. 10 seconds TSM forced to save once more. Gen.G battle back.
Indeed they do. I mean, basically with the double smokes and with they've done the hard part.
Prepare for hellfire.
Orbital strike goes out, clearing that one out, and Mikhail and Gimon get on the board here, and even the odds it forces another teleport to come through, but who better than Sean to be holding this one down? Now able to back away towards the market. Hayes trying to play aggressive to this one, and now you're running out of time. You had 50 seconds before, now you're down to 20. So TSM's gonna have to get that spike down in a 3v2 situation.
Smokes will cover for the plant, and Wardell still stands with the operator, but they're being pinched from back halls and Octagon. They're stuck inside the center of the site. This is going to be a tough one. Yeah, like you said, 2 ops. This is going to be so tough for them.
The close angle from Hayes. He's going to go wide on it now. Wardell just going to get pincered as Gen.G stormed.
One either inside the site or heaven. Not sure if it was both, though. And they're going to use the molly to further ensure that they have control of U-Haul. But the spike gets caught outside the portal. Great job there by Gimon, and now Kusta's gonna swing. He finds his man. Luckily, Wardell gets his 2 kills, avoids the showstopper, and gets the spike over to B side. But the Sova on Mikhail, it's still here. It's gonna find a spike.
It's Sabrosa with the op. TSM find themselves again in a situation where you're in a 1v2, a 2v2, whatever it may be, but you have an operator in your hands, and I think across the board, everybody could say that's not necessarily the weapon of choice in situations like this. As he's going to creep on up, he finds that kill. He should be able to put this one down. He has 30 seconds, and he's going to make the play towards A. He could fake the teleport. Not going to have the angle that way. And Wardell has the knives queued up. It's only the Cypher towards this A site, and it was looking quick towards B. Now it's looking fast towards A here for TSM. There's a Hunter Shuri.
Indeed it is. Mikhail shooting it up through short. I think he has found some tags, and indeed he actually finds a frag as well. But Wardell and company able to get in here and get the spike planted. There still is some hope for them. They do have the Hunter's Fury as well to stop a defuse if they're able to keep Cutler safe at short.
Oh, but Kusta goes huge and not untouched, but still very, very healthy. As that paranoia goes through, Wardell just has no way out. He gets run down, and the round gets closed out. Gen.G will defuse, and Gen.G once more.
Real possibility right now.
Ooh, Wardell, that is probably one of the most important frags here in this series, especially to get TSM back in it.
Options on the table here for TSM with such a quick opening pick. It gives you a lot of time to try to push and pull rotation, especially with those double smokes. As they are looking now to challenge. We see Mikhail trying to push through as the Hunter's Fury gets popped, but TSM are there to greet them with open arms, as they will find all of the frags in the site, and the plant will soon follow, leaving Kusta all by his lonesome, well out of range to pose a threat. And it will be TSM looking to hit double digits any moment now. They will hold on in this map.
quite a bit of value. I think the first one missed, but that one, and Cutler down just under half HP. Here comes the run it back. Throne needs to get some value out of this one. They are going to get spotted on the back of the site. The smokes go through to keep Win nice and safe. Mikhail is able to send that one right back from whence it came. And I don't know, things are looking to get spicy over towards long. Sean Throob is able to find that kill, and TSM, their push has been stunted.
Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? Win has held on to Hookah control this entire time, and the entries have not been forthcoming for TSM, but Drone finally collects a couple, but now Gamon on the...
Wasn't the run it back, instead it was the actual Phoenix going through, picking up 2 kills, and that one to open up the site. Everybody else corralled towards Hookah after the teleport. Now Wardell gonna go wide on that shot there. TSM looking to tie it up. Quinn goes on top of the box. They're trading them back and forth, and it's all up to Quinn on low HP, but 11-9. And TSM battle back for 2 and look to grab another, but a nice shock dart to pause things for a moment. There's the orbital strike. Drone just gonna hop on out, but it's Hayes to find the kill. Drone will be sat down. Quinn with the operator looking for it again. He's over towards Octagon, and it's all falling apart. Gen.G down to the final 2, but it's a 2v2 because Sean is still alive. He's got full utility here, Dust.
And the showstopper to boot, which he can choose to use here or save it for later. It just depends on the scenario he's presented. As the clock dwindles, Cutler sticks the plant. Boombot comes out to start clearing elbow. It gives Sean the space to pop the showstopper. He's been found out, though, by the recon, forced to pocket it and back away and play off of Kusta. They'll try to work in together.
One enemy remaining.
His spike planted. Kusta can find that first kill. It's up to Cutler. He's pulling out his gun, and Kusta sits him down. Gen.G on map point. Gen.G on series point. Looking to send TSM home. The spike was there, but now creeping away. And aggression coming on through.
Whoa.
Finished for the teleporter, and Sean is here as well. Now completely stuck. A-site not open.
No.
Kusta still here, but this is looking bad for Gen.G.
Yeah, that is a tough one. They were able to get Hwin out of Hookah, and they were able to still deny TSM Hookah control. They still don't have it. But Gen.G forces the portal, and Hwin gets out. Wow. I don't know how Hwin got away with that, but that's exactly what Gen.G needed to get back in this round. Sean's still trapped in portal, though. That's still kind of a problem for Gen.G, but the load has been lightened by Hwin making that play. It was such a risky one, but it's paid off. Will it go all the way through, though?
The dance around the smoke there. Sabrosa didn't spot him to his right. Quinn didn't spot Sabrosa to his left. It was awkward all the way around, which is a good way to sum up this series. But now, Quinn still mounted inside. Drops the spike. Drone gonna get one back when Mikhail trades it. They're running out of time. TSM have to pick up the spike, get it down, and it's all up to Kusta. A 1v2 as the spike goes down, the run it back available, and the teleporter was taken. They know exactly where he's at. He's able to send it back from whence it came. Can Kusta be the legend here that Gen.G need to send TSM home, or will we find ourselves in an overtime? He's got to go. He's working against the clock. The flash has come through. He leaps on out. He tries to spin towards elbow. He's able to find Drone. He just needs to find He's able to do it onto Hayes. And Kusta will get the defuse. Gen.G will send TSM home.
Defenders win.
I don't know what to say. How has he done that? That is incredible from Kusta.